What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Second Street Marvel. I am your host, Trinity. Thank you all so much for being here today. I hope you're all having a very, very good day today. It's Sunday, man. Can you believe this? We're almost there, guys. We're almost there. What are we? Little over a week away till Christmas gets here, right? Man, and I don't know. I'm kind of overwhelmed. I can't wait, to be honest with you. It's been man, it's been a crazy month. In case you guys don't know, I run my own business, so it gets to be crazy this time of year. I go out like yesterday. I was gonna go out and work on I was gonna go out and work on the corner. I was gonna go set up my canopy and sell some gift baskets. I'm gonna do that here this morning, as a matter of fact. But the one thing that oh man, the microphone's right in your way, right there. There we go. There we go. Um, the one thing is I'm gonna do that today. But yesterday, I spent a lot of time with my mother. We made a bunch of gift baskets and everything up so we can go out there and get some sales, because that's what I do. Is I go all over, like here where I live at. I go all over the place and sell snacks and things like that. So it's very fun. I get to stay in contact with a lot of local community, I guess. And that's nice, seeing people out there. It's something that I don't get much of here on YouTube, obviously, because this isn't our local people, our local community, people that you walk out your front door and see. But you are just like people who I walk out my front door and see. So there's somewhat, but there's a little bit of disconnect when we get online. So spent a lot of time doing that yesterday evening. During that, I actually ended up rewatching Rabid. Okay, the 2019 remake of the David Cronenberg classic done by the Saska sisters. I've flapped my gums about it a whole lot of times here on the channel. Great movie. Matter of fact, I watched it again yesterday, and I was sitting there. It pretty much confirmed all the original feelings that I had about the movie, and that's this: Rabid is a great movie. It's a great remake. It's done really well. I even, just like in the theater, there were parts when I was sitting there watching it as we were sitting there making gift baskets. So it didn't have my 100% attention, but I still find myself sitting there like through some of the parts, just because like it's a body horror tale, so it's not like like jump scares or anything like that. But there's just like it's just a really great horror film, and like it's just really well done. The acting in it's really good. The Nathan but Game, thank you so much for being here. How you doing this morning? I hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're doing well. The movie, like, I don't know, it was just really good. I like the pacing of it. I mean, it seems a little lengthy for what's going on. Like, they may have been able to trim it down a little bit, but there's nothing in the movie that's like boring, that really makes you kind of settle in and just be like, this is uninteresting. Like, there's a couple parts where it slows down a little bit, but it's mostly to tell parts of the story that need to be told. Some of the things out there that just need to be done for the movie. Yeah, man, it was a really great movie though. It was really well done. So, but that's not what we're here to talk about today. Actually, today we're here to talk about some new comic book previews that are going to be dropping in February. Nathan McGame says, I don't like jump scares anyway. I haven't seen Rabbit. I should check it. And hey, brother, I'm good. Hope all's well. All right, good deal, man. Glad you're doing well. I will say one other thing as well is check out the original too. Go watch the original, and if you have like Amazon Prime, I believe it's streaming on Amazon. The original 1977 David Cronenberg classic. So make sure that you go do that. Okay, so let's see. What do we have this week? Let's go ahead and get right into this right here. Ooh, I guess I better switch my camera up a little bit here and get me there on the screen so you guys can see my pretty face along with all of these comic book previews. I wonder if I can change this maybe just a little bit. Maybe I'll go ahead and do this. Should I do this? I don't know. Sometimes moving these things around. There we go. Look at that. Woo! All right, guys. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and go through these previews today. I'm gonna try to not make this very long. I'm not sure if you guys have ever checked out the comic book previews. These are this right here. It's this big old thick book you can find probably at most of your local comic shops that they use. It's what they use to order from, It's a big old thick book like this. But today we're going to be talking about the indie comic books that are getting ready to come out in February. Most of these are ones that you want to. If you pre-order them now, like at my local comic book shop, they give you 20% off all the comic books on your pull list, and that is, if you get them pre-ordered in time and things like that. So I get 20% off on all the books that I have on my pull list, which is something that's very cool. It's not like an industry standard that all the comic book shops do or anything, but it's very very cool. Kyle McKay, thank you so much for being here. He says, "Hey, what's going on? New What's going on? New reviews for indies." I actually just dropped a video this morning that had a bunch of my reviews on there for the comic books that came out last week. Today I'm here just to show you some of the previews for the books that are coming up, but there's a lot of great indie books out there. Okay, so let's go ahead and get right into this. We'll start off here with these previews. Like I said, it's a very thick catalog. If you ever get a chance, like, I can't blame anybody for not buying it, because I mean, I don't know, I think it's like the price of a comic book, and all you're getting is previews of books coming up. But if you go to your local comic book shop, you can typically find this. They usually have this book there where you can go through and skim through it and kind of check it out and see what books that you want to get. And the main catalog here, like I said, covers mostly indies. They do have, like Marvel has their free previews that comes out. DC has the exact same thing. I had the DC one somewhere right around here as well. So you can go check these out. The Marvel previews are free. I believe the DC ones are free. The only one that costs is the big old the thick book, the thick previews book. But my local comic book shop, if you buy the thick previews book, they give you the Marvel and the DC in there as well. Just all the different solicits for the books that are getting ready to come out. So yeah, it's definitely something cool. If you want to check out the previews, if you want to get check out some of the hot comic books that are getting ready to come out. And you guys should go check out my previews or my reviews of the indies that I picked this week. It just dropped about maybe about 2 hours ago. I'm probably hurting it in the algorithm by sitting here and doing this live video not even 2 hours after I dropped that video. But I did an unboxing there. For one of my favorite comic books of the year, an indie title that I got. I got 2 copies of this book that it's I got 2 copies that it's signed by the author. Yeah, it's signed by the author, and it's a very limited edition run of this particular cover. They only made 250 of them, and I got 2 of them. Woo! So that's kind of cool. But okay, so let's go ahead and get right into this, into these previews. This is the beginning of it. Now, when you go through these books, this is the back cover of the book. You can see, it's just ads. Pretty much all it is. Now, you look at that one right there, man. Army of Darkness. Okay, this is one I'm definitely going to be putting on my pull list, because I liked the last series that came out. As far as the Army of Darkness, it was Army of Darkness versus Bubba Hotep, or maybe it's Army of Darkness and Bubba Hotep. It was a very good book, very entertaining. It really reminds me of like Bubba Hotep and Army of Darkness. The humor in it, the way it's written, the characters, the interactions, just everything about it was really well done. Got some Vampirella, and then it goes through here and has all these just kind of these different previews for things that are getting ready to come out here. You can see there, like I said, it's just a big thing of ads. But then what's cool is you get here into the contents. They have you can see, like right here, they have oh, I'm sorry, using the wrong hand. They have different like interviews and things like that they also do with some of the writers, some of the here they got a couple of the indie writers, just different things, articles that they do in this book as well. So got season's greetings from the editor, and you can see right here we've got comic conventions coming up that they're showing here. Just it's a pretty cool little book. Like right here, like I said, they're here talking to a writer from some of the comic books. And when you buy this the big old thick book at your local comic book shop, it typically comes with a voucher in there where you can go and get the free, the download, if you will, the PDF of all the books getting ready to come out. Because if you go to the previews website, you won't get to see all of these books that are getting ready to come out in February, all the covers and the art and everything like that. You have to download your free copy that you get with this previews book. What? Huh? Okay. Um, so yeah, and and then here it kind of just runs through a little preview of some of them. But what they generally do here is they once you get here into the book, they have right here it's got this spotlight on, right, and the spotlight on kind of shows you some of the books that are going to be coming out over the coming year. Like right here, these gems of the month. These are a lot of the ones that you want to kind of pay attention to as getting ready to go into the go into your local comic book shop to place some orders. And you can see some of the gems of the month here. You got Savage Dragon number 250, and it says there's 6 covers there. You got After Realm quarterly number 1 on Image Comics. We got Predator Hunters 3, number 1. We got Bang number 1 on Dark Horse Comics, and Harley Quinn and Birds of Prey number 1. And you can see each one of these different ones has, like, it looks like each one of them has at least 2 covers, except for After Realm Quarterly, which looks like it only has 1. So definitely some cool stuff. We got Flash number 750 that's got 9 covers. 9 covers, guys. That to me, that's just ridiculous. But hey, it is what it is. You got a new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles getting ready to come out. Right here, Fantastic Four, number 1, the X-Men and Fantastic Four. I'm kind of interested in that. And once again, we see Death to the Army of Darkness number 1 and Alienated by Boom Studios. I'm not sure if you guys have been paying attention to Boom Studios, but they've been cranking out some pretty good books this year. They do like some franchise stuff, like they do like the Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and God, what's the other one? Angel? Is it Angel? Something like that. They do several of those different titles that are pretty good, but they've been doing some other books as well that aren't like the licensed property kind of stuff. Been really good. I know some of the ones I've been reading is like Folklords, and God, what's the other one? Once and Future has been really good as well. And then so you get here into the book, and it shows it goes by publisher. Like here we're at Image Comics, and it's going to go through and show you some of the hot picks for the month. Like here you got Savage Dragon number 250. It's not a new title or anything, but hey. And it looks like this one has this one's cover A, it looks like. Then they've also got a cover B, a cover C, which is done by Rob Liefeld. Cover B is done by Frank Cho. Got a Walter Simonson is doing cover D, Scotty Young doing a cover E, and cover F is a blank sketch variant. And I haven't ever read Savage Dragon, so I don't know if it's something that you guys like. Let me know what you think about Savage Dragon down in the comments below. Let's see. Lou says, "Good day, mate. I got your live stream playing in the background. Hope you're having a good day." Well, I hope you're having a very good day as well, Lou. Thank you so much for being here, and thank all of you guys for being here. I do greatly appreciate it anytime that you all show up and just show me some love, man. I really greatly appreciate it. You guys are all awesome for being here. Here next on Image Comics, we got the After Realm Quarterly number 1. So it's saying After Realm Quarterly, so I'm guessing After Realm has probably been an ongoing series, and they're just doing a quarterly book here. I don't know, which would obviously come out one every what would that be, 3 months. So yeah, I don't know. I've never read it myself, so I don't know. The art actually there looks pretty decent. Says yes, yes, that's okay. I'm not sure. Yeah, that didn't mean, I didn't mean for that to happen. Sorry, just computer doing some stuff here. Let's see. Dang it. Okay. After and then see it's got some previews in here of what's going on in the book. You can see some of the art. It usually has a couple pages of the story. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's anything I'm interested in. Right here we got On the Stump issue number 1 with the writer being Chuck Brown. Artist is Prenzy, and that's the cover A. There's also a cover B done by Sanford Green, and you can kind of see the cover B down here in the bottom, I guess in the bottom left, if you will, for that book. Got a little preview here of what's going on. Ooh, they got some black bars on there, so you know that means there's probably some cursing in this book. Ooh, look out. Ooh, plenty of it too. Yeah, it looks like like we got a fighter going on here. Some looks like he's doing getting doped up and stuff. I don't know, man. And then next one they got is Tartarus number 1. The writer is Johnny Christmas, and the cover B is by Johnny Christmas as well. The artist, okay, writer. Okay, the writer is Johnny Christmas. The artist is Jack T. Cole. Okay, and the cover A is done by Jack T. Cole, and the cover B is done by Johnny Christmas. So, and you can see both of those on there. I don't know. It's a new series. I'm not sure if that's, if you're into that. Image Comics has been, they've been around for quite a while. Been putting out some pretty decent books from what I've been reading. You get a little bit of look at the art there. Um, I don't know. I'm not really for sure if that's anything I'm really into or not. But they have little synopsis of them on here as well, where you can go through and kind of read them. Like we got Bitterroot #6 with the writer David F. Walker and Chuck Brown. The artist is Sanford Green. It's got a couple of different variants there as well. Samuel David, good morning. How are you doing this morning? The Downright Records Arcade says The Savage Dragon Rocks. Should be a movie. Yeah, I've heard quite a bit of good things about it. I've just never actually read it myself. So I don't know, but yeah, that's pretty cool. Should be a movie. Hey, to me, I've read several titles. I'm like, this should probably, oh, excuse me, this should probably be a movie. It would make for a pretty great movie. Um, let's see, 100% trade paperback. This is done by Paul Pope. Again, it's a trade paperback, so these aren't some of the hot new ones getting ready to come out, and we got some more trade paperbacks. Dead Eyes. I've heard this series has been really good. I've read the first 2 issues. I need to go read issue #3 because I think that just came out last week or the week before. I was kind of interested in that, but it's been pretty good. It's been a pretty good series. I've quite enjoyed reading. I got some more trade paperbacks here getting ready to come out, and that's pretty much what's going to be here through the rest of the image things that they have here. 20XX, or that'd be 2020, I guess, if you will. #3, Ascender, Birthright, Clock #2. The Clock. My bad. Copra issue #5. I read the first issue of Copra. I thought it was pretty decent. It wasn't too bad. Family Tree #4. I believe that's going to be. Is that the last in that series? I think that was only going to be a 4-issue series. It could be 5. I can't wait to read that. I think issue #2 should be coming out sometime here later this month. I did a review of the first one here on the channel. Farmhand, Gideon Falls, Hardcore Reloaded, Heart Attack #4. I'm still interested in Heart Attack. I haven't read that one at all, as a matter of fact. Ice Cream Man issue #18, guys. I can't wait for that. I like the Ice Cream Man series. God, was it? W. Maxwell Prince is the writer, and the artist. God, who is the artist? His name is. Oh, it's probably on there. Martin Morazzo. And Chris O'Halloran does colors. They do really great work. Martin Morazzo has a very distinct style. You can tell, like, even sitting there looking at the cover, you can see how he does the faces and all that kind of stuff. I seen there was another book coming out, I think, on Image Comics that I seen the ad for it. I'm like, oh, that's got to be Martin Morazzo all the way. You can tell by the style of the faces that he draws and things like that. Very, very, it stands out. It stands out. Lucy Claire Redemption #3. I believe issue #1 of that just came out this week, as a matter of fact. We've got the Marked issue #5. I read issue #1. It was okay. Maybe I should go check out #2 and see how it is. Some different books here. Most of these are the ongoings that we've got here. Olympia #4 of 5. The Old Guard Force Multiplied #3 of 5. So we know that the Old Guard, issue #1 must be getting ready to drop this month. As far as that is, we got Postal Deliverance #8, Outcast by Kirkman and Azita. That is, I may have butchered that. We got Project X #3. That's being done by Mark Miller. The artist for the covers is the artist, and the cover is top secret for that. Coming out in February. So. Interesting. We got Protector #2 getting ready to come out. So that would lead me to believe that Protector #1 is coming out in January. Definitely something cool. So you got Rednecks, Sex Criminals #27, Safe Sex, and Sonata. Image Comics actually puts out quite a bit of books. Now here's the next one. Going into Dark Horse Comics. Dark Horse Comics has a couple of books that they've been putting out I've quite enjoyed. We can see right here they're obviously talking about a couple. We've got like Bang #1 that's going to be, I think, man, I've heard about that one. Matt Kent is the writer on that, if I'm not mistaken. He's one of the guys responsible for doing Boom Studios Folklords, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that's what he done. But right here, check this out. Let the hunt begin. Predator Hunters 3. This is number 1 of 4. Check out that cover. That's a pretty sick cover. And I actually like this variant cover that they have there on the bottom. You can kind of see there. I think they have another one, another cover of it, like one that was like glow in the dark. Is that? I thought I seen one of them that was like a glow in the dark cover or something like that. I was like, ooh, that sounds kind of interesting. But yeah, I'll probably, I don't know, I may end up checking this series out. I'm not really huge into the Predator or anything, but it might be a good series. Who knows? You can see some of the art there for that. Um, yeah, and the art in there looks pretty good and clean. I like that. Let's see, Bang number 1. Also, Matt Kent is the writer. Wilfredo Torres is the artist, and on the cover it looks like. So yeah, interesting covers. I don't. It says a best of the best secret agent with memories he couldn't possibly possess. A mystery writer in her 60s who spends her retirement solving crimes. A man of action with mysterious drugs that keep him head of a constant string of targeted disasters. A seemingly omnipotent terrorist organization that might be behind it all, and they're all connected to one man, a science fiction author with more information than seems possible, whose books may hold the key to either saving reality or destroying it. Interesting, interesting. Let's see. I am True Skills. Thank you so much for being here. It says, did you hear Ronda Rousey might play She-Hulk? Looks wise, that's good. Acting wise, not good. She's not an actress. She's not a good actress. She don't have any acting chops. Bad idea. Bad idea. The only way that's a good idea is if she has any acting experience, and as far as I know, I think she's been in movies, but mostly playing herself for the most part. That just sounds like a bad idea. I'm guessing that rumor probably came from We Got This Covered or Bounding Into Comics or War Stew or one of those clickbait trash sites. Don't even pay attention to those. They're full of crap. They're just places looking for clicks, man. But hey, I'm not gonna knock somebody else's game, but chances are their content is shit, and they do a bunch of clickbait stuff. I don't get into that. I don't do that. But like I said, Ronda Rousey playing She-Hulk, a bad idea. She's not an actress. She's not a great actress. I don't even think that you can get a great director to come in and play to her strengths because she's not an actress. She don't have any strengths to play on, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, that not a good idea. Not a good idea. Plus, I mean, because when you're casting these movies, you got to think about who's playing the character. You need to worry about the character. You need to worry about who's going to play Jennifer Walters first. And like the Hulk can be done. The Hulk part can be done by anybody, by a computer, no matter what it is. You need to worry about the character first. Grounding that character, getting them known. And things like that. That's where they need to start at. Not just with like, oh hey, this person's buff and they kick ass and they can. It's just not. It's not a good idea. It's not a good idea. But certainly, I mean, she's Ronda Rousey. I mean, she's kick ass. We can give her that for sure, definitely. But She-Hulk, yeah, I don't know about all that. Here's some of the art from this book. God, what was it? Bang, issue number 1. Blackwood, The Morning After, number 1 of 4. That's one thing I kind of like. I kind of like a mini series where you're only getting 4 or 5 issues instead of having to get an ongoing. It's kind of nice because you're only committed for a little bit of time. This right here, it looks like we got Evan Dorkin is the writer, Veronica Fish is the artist and doing the cover here, along with Andy Fish. On there as well. Let's see, the next chapter of the hit occult fantasy series Blackwood. Okay, so this is obviously a series that had happened before. So if that's anything you're into, hey, you might want to go check that out. Put it on your pull list for February at your local comic book shop. Let's see, we also got Hellboy and the BPRD, the return of Effie Kolb. Okay, and what does BPRD stand for? I have no clue. I have no clue. But the writer is Mike Mignola. Zach Howard is the artist, and Dave Stewart looks like he's doing the colors. And that's coming on sale on February 19th. If you like Hellboy, something you probably definitely want to put on your list. Let's see what else. That must be it for their hot comic books getting ready to come out, because now we can see they're getting into the hardcovers. Oh, ooh, right. Well, I guess I was wrong. We got Tomorrow, issue number 1, being written by Peter Milligan, with Jesus Hervas on art and James Delvin on colors. I don't know. I think they got some of this art in here as well, that you can check out. Like, the art in this book looks pretty decent. I like this. I like this art. Depending on what the story is going on, that this could be some great art for that. I like that because it looks like it's kind of detailed. The colors look really good. I don't know. I will say the one thing is that character down there at the bottom, unless they got punched in the nose, they've got that Rod Reese thing going on where, the noses are really weird colored for whatever reason. I don't know. The next one we got here on Dark Horse is Hidden Society number 1 of 4, being written by Raphael Scavone, and let's see, Raphael Albuquerque is looks like he's also a writer and the artist, and did the cover on here as well. Where Marcelo Costa is on colors. So I don't know. Let's see, a new series from Raphael Albuquerque and Raphael Scavone, a team behind the team behind Neil Gaiman's A Study in Emerald. Hidden from ordinary eyes, there is a world alongside our own, full of deities, demons, and danger, where magic wins out over science, and the dark secrets lie in wait. Ulu, the last wizard from the Hidden Society, enlists the aid of a blind girl and her demon, a young magician and cursed bounty hunter, in order to stop a group of nihilist warlocks from waking the Society's greatest nemesis, a primeval force that, unchecked, will scorch the planet bare of all life. Sounds interesting. That cover actually looks pretty interesting too, if you ask me. Nathan McGames is bounding into bullshit. Bureau of Paranormal Research and Defense. Oh, okay, all right. Yeah. See, you guys know. I'm not big on Hellboy or anything. Like, I've never read a Hellboy comic book. I've seen the movies. I've seen the movies. So hey, I'm still a normie in some aspects. Okay. So hey, there's nothing wrong with being a normie. The thing is, when you're a normie, just know that you're a normie and you're not an expert. And if you go to Google and look up all your stuff, doesn't make you an expert, okay? And and like I said, I won't ever pretend to know something that I don't know, like that. So yeah, I'm glad you guys know what that is. And look at the art here in Hidden Society. The art here, it looks pretty decent. Doesn't look too bad. Let's see, what's the next one we got? What is this? This looks like this is 264 pages, so this is obviously a trade paperback of Critical Role, The Chronicles of Exandria, the Mighty Nine. Okay, I guess so. Right here, The World of Cyberpunk 2077. They got a hardcover and deluxe edition of that coming out. That would be pretty interesting, if you're into gaming and stuff like that and want some of that art, because some of the art in that book actually looked pretty good. Let's see, we got some more trade paperbacks coming out. Stranger Things Into the Fire number 2 of 4. Aliens vs. Predator, the 30th anniversary, the original comic series, in a hardcover edition. Might be one you might want to look into if you're into the Predator and whatnot. Went back the wrong way. Dragon Age Blue Wrath number 3 of 4. Okay, this is Aliens vs. Predator, Thicker Than Blood. Yeah. Okay. There's. I'm sorry, guys. I'm looking. And Dragon Age, Blue Wrath number 2 of 3. Like I said, I haven't really read any. I'm not really big into aliens. I'm not really big into predators. So I probably won't read about them. But hey, if that's something you're into, make sure you go check that out. That's number 3 of 4. So number 3 of 4. So that means that the first issue is probably getting ready to come out this month, I would guess. Lady Killyer Volume 1, Library Edition hardcover. Let's see, Skull Digger and Skeleton Boy from the World of Black Hammer. Now, this one I'm going to guess, it's a number 3 of 6, so I'm guessing the first issue of that comes out this month as well. Might be something you want to check out. Strayed on the trade paperback. Okay, straight on trade paperback. I'm actually interested in that. I'll probably see if they can order that in for me. I haven't really heard a whole lot about it. It sounds interesting. It looks interesting. It's got Wando on art, and for some reason I like his art's pretty good. I like it. let's see. Stacy's Fat Stacks, thank you so much for being here. Damaj and I, what's up, my brother? How you doing? Um, uh, yeah, and Triage trade paperback is getting ready to come out as well. Let's see, we got some more EC archives, some more trade paperbacks and hardcovers getting ready to come out. These ones right here, guys. These are Burger. You can see that in the top corner there. Burger Books. These are it's basically another little small publishing line out of Dark Horse Comics. Ruby Falls trade paperback. I need to read issue number 3. I read the first 2 issues. Pretty decent murder mystery. The main character is she's gay. She's lesbian. But it's okay because nothing that I've read in that book is any of that agenda-based stuff that people are so worried about out there and everything in comic books. It's not in that book. It's actually just a pretty decent story. It's only 4 issues, so the trade paperback is getting ready to come out for that. And everything, guys, I've really liked everything, the series so far. And this one collects issues 1 through 5, so that would obviously be the first story arc. I think there are currently 4 issues out right now. If I'm not mistaken, there's 4 of them. Very, very good series. I liked it. If you work in a retail environment, it's one you probably want to read. It's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. I'm True Skill says, hey Trinity, what type of Michigan do you use? Michigan? I'm guessing that was a typo. What type of what? Nice fur burgers. Nathan, you're funny, man. What type of mic? Oh, the mic that I use, it's a Sennheiser. It's a Sennheiser something. It's a microphone I had from when I was in a band, with my friends and everything. We're singing. So yeah, I just had leftover equipment, if you will. Coming out, Tales from Harrow County Death's Choir number 3 of 4. Let's see, Frankenstein Undone 2 of 5, so that must mean issue number 1 is dropping in January. We got Witchfinder number 4 of 5. Dark Horse does plenty of these franchise kind of books as well. We got Disney Pixar The Incredibles 2, Slow Burn number 1 of 3. Interesting. Might pick that up for the kids. We got Frozen. You got Lady and the Tramp. You know what? Kill Whitey Donovan. I've heard people talking about that. I'm not sure if it's any good. I haven't, if you've read Kill Whitey Donovan, let me know down in the comments below if it's something I need to go out there and check out. It certainly sounds interesting. The art in it looks decent. The other one that's right there next to it is Criminal Macabre. I'm guessing that's how you say it. I don't know. Feel free to correct me down there. That's number 3 of 4. I know the first issue of that just released this month as well. I was kind of interested in that. Count Crowley trade paperback. The Butcher of Paris number 3 of 5. I believe the Butcher of Paris issue number 1 is actually getting ready to drop this month. If it didn't just drop. I could be wrong there. Crone number 4 and 5. And Grendel Devil's Odyssey. Let's see. Okay, that stuff's pretty unimportant right there. That's some of that's the list of the DC books that are getting ready to come out for February. Again, they do have their own previews where you can always go and check those out. According to Christy, thank you so much for being here. Says good morning, Trinity in chat. Listening from work. Have a great day. Well, you have a great day too, Christy. James Clark says, congrats on I haven't hit 1K yet, but who did hit 1K was Lord Callus. I know we've all been trying to get Lord Callus to 1K. I'll make it there soon enough. I think in the next month or 2 I'll probably end up getting there. But thanks ahead of time, James Clark. Thank you. I do greatly appreciate that because I'm sure I'll be hitting it soon enough. Well, at least I hope anyway, right? But thank you. And you know what? Like I said, my brother Lord Callus, he did finally hit 1,000, and I can't think of anyone more deserving of having 1,000 subscribers and getting monetized and all that stuff. Lord Callus, if you go check out his channel, he loves Star Wars, but that dude, he should have way more subscribers. I know a lot of it is getting worked into the YouTube algorithm and stuff like that. So moving on to IDW Comics, we can see obviously that we have this first book coming out of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Jennika. New character that they have. I believe they already introduced her in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles world here, but that's Jennika number 1 of 3, so it's only going to be a 3-issue miniseries, so you might want to go out and hop on that. You got to get these orders in by the 19th, which is I believe the 19th is going to be on Thursday. I believe it's Thursday. So you got till, you can go on New Comic Book Day into your local comic book shop and let them know to put some of these on order for you. They even have a letter to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fans here, okay? For this 3-issue miniseries. They got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 103, number 22 of Urban Legends. Cobra Kai, the Karate Kid Saga continues. No Mercy director's cut. I know this must be like issue number 1 that they had redone and did in a director's cut. I'm not sure what's up with these director's cuts, but hey, man, like, just can't you just release it how it was supposed to be released in the first place? What's with this whole with these movies and all this? Just release the damn movie how the director intended it, or just don't release it at all. These constant, I can't even just okay. In this case, this is a cash grab. You got the book out. You got to sell another copy of it. Makes no sense. Makes no sense. But I will tell you that the Karate Kid book it was actually pretty good. I did a review of the first one. Read Only Memories, Dungeons and Dragons, Infernal Tides. I believe that Dungeons and Dragons just released this week, as a matter of fact. Let's see. Dying is Easy, number 3 of 5, so that must mean that number 1's coming this month. Wellington, number 3. Glow versus Babyface, number 4 of 4. I was going to say, I do know that I've seen this Glow series out there. I haven't read it. Let's see. I Can Sell You a Body, number 3 of 4. The Crow, Leave, number 1 of 3. If you're into The Crow, you might want to go put that one on your pull list. The Kill Lock, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint, Blind Prophets, number 2 of 5. So that must mean issue number 1's coming in January. So it's probably too late. If your comic book shop does the pull list thing and gives you discounts on it, probably too late to get that there. But you can make sure that you still go tell them to put that on your list at your local comic book shop if you haven't done that yet. We got Napoleon Dynamite Valentine's Day Special. I've got the first 2 issues of Napoleon Dynamite. I need to read them and bring you guys some reviews on those pretty soon, probably. Got some Star Trek coming out. Again, IDW does several different licensed properties that they do here. Even got Transformers going on here. We got a Transformers Valentine's Day special, and I don't know, something about seeing those robots there getting ready to do whatever they're getting ready to do just seems weird to me. Could be just me though. I don't know. G.I. Joe, number 6. We got, they've got several different licensed products. Now, Ghostbusters Year 1, number 2. Number 1 is getting ready to come out in January. Something you guys might want to check out with the new movie getting ready to come out, which the trailer stunk for. If you like Ghostbusters, you might want to get out and read this. IDW, they handle a lot of these comics pretty good as far as the ones that I've read out of there. I got some Disney DuckTales, Uncle Scrooge, and Disney comics and stories. They do a lot of these Star Wars adventures as well. Return to Vader's Castle. This has got to be is this the trade paperback of it? Okay, yeah. I was going to say, because I think that one's getting ready to end this month, the Vader's Castle one. I could be wrong there. They do a lot of these Marvel action books. We got Captain Marvel, Spider-Man, and Black Panther Rise Together getting ready to come out. Marvel Action Avengers number 1. If you're into these things, go check them out. It's different than the regular Marvel stuff that you get. Probably definitely not in the Marvel continuity that they do at Marvel Comics. I got some Sonic the Hedgehog, My Little Pony, Sonic the Hedgehog, Tangle and Whisper. Sounds like they mixed Sonic and My Little Pony together, if you ask me. Usagi Yojimbo number 8. Usagi Color Classics number 2. Interesting. Certified Cool, Usagi Yojimbo, Bunraku, and Other Stories for $19.99, a trade paperback. Interesting. Narcos number 3 of 4, and Mountain Head, trade paperback. Mountain Head, man, it seems like I don't think we got an issue of Mountain Head last month, but I believe there is one. Issue number 3 is getting ready to come out. I think next week. Maybe next week or the week after that. Can't wait to read it. I've enjoyed Mountain Head. I'll probably only get that first little story arc, which looks like it's going to be. I don't know. It looks like it's probably just going to be 4 issues overall. Judge Dredd 100-page giant. Nice. Camp Spirit Top Shelf. Okay, so this is on Top Shelf Productions there over at IDW. It looks like that's a 208-page trade paperback. Let's see. Oh, I just skipped some gems. We got the Mueller Report as a graphic novel for $17.99. I don't know. It sounds like it's probably some news kind of stuff, right? Let's see. Lock and Key. Joe Hill and Gabriel. I believe that's an ongoing series that they have out there. Lock and Key. Oh yeah, here we go. Trade paperback and hardcover volumes 1 through 6. So it looks like, yeah, coming soon to Netflix. So it looks like it's going to be a Netflix show, and it seems like, we get a lot of those. Sometimes when I read some of these comic books coming out, I think, is this going to be? Are they making this into a show? Definitely crazy. Ooh, right there. Where do your loyalties lie? X-Men and Fantastic Four, issue number 1. Make sure you go put that on your pull list, because it looks like we got Chip Zdarsky doing the writing for that. Chip Zdarsky is actually a pretty good writer. Definitely a good writer. Let's see. Oh man, did I miss that? Did that not come up for me? I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that show up. Let's see. Let's see if that I'm not sure if that showed up or not, man. Let's resend that back there. Did that show up? There we go. Lou says, always great content, mate. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much, Lou. I greatly appreciate that. Lou, you've been very generous, man. I greatly appreciate you doing that, man. Man, I don't know what else to say, man. Thank you. I greatly appreciate that. Let's see. I'm True Skill says, didn't DC acquire He-Man? Yes, they did acquire He-Man. They just did a comic book, I think, a couple of weeks ago, called He-Man and the Multiverse of Madness. No, it's something about multiverse though. Nathan Big Game says the Transformers books are usually pretty good. Don't know about the romance though. Yeah, I don't know. I seen that romance and I'm like, what's going on there? Like, what? It just looks weird. Got some Marvel toys getting ready to come out. Let's see, we got Dynamite with their books right here. Getting ready to get into Dynamite. The gem of the month is going to be Death to the Army of Darkness, and we'll get right on that here in just a second here. Look at these covers, man. I would like to get multiple covers of these, because look at that cover A by Ben Oliver is really great. The first one that you see right there looks really good, but then I like the one on the far end over there where it looks like who's that, done by Arthur Soydam? I probably messed that up. Suidam. I like that cover over there. It looks kind of like watercolors and everything. The art on that is really good, because I mean, look at Bruce Campbell. That looks like actual Bruce Campbell. You know what I mean? So does the other one right here, that regular the A cover. But then look at some of these other covers as well. They got the one that looks like the regular Army of Darkness there, like the movie cover almost. They got the one that wedding variant that almost looks like the Spider-Man wedding photo that they did. And then even that one down there, was that the Icon Edition incentive cover. That's pretty badass. I know myself, I would like to have both of these covers right there. Those are some pretty nice covers out there. And then it would be nice to order these Virgin variants, but those things are $50. $50 for a Virgin? Come on, man. Come on, man. Seriously? You're crazy. You're crazy, Dynamite Comics. What we got here? Red Sonja in the Age of Chaos #2. This has been Red Sonja seems obviously must be a pretty popular book. I know a lot of the times I like the covers and everything on there. I mean, we see a woman drawn like a woman, and she looks hot, right? Yeah, Red Sonja. But I haven't read any of the books. I think I've got a couple of the covers that were photo variants, like that one you can see down there. I've got a couple of those. But just, they usually have, like, the covers are really beautiful art. I haven't actually read any of the comic books to, get inside of them and see how the story is or anything. But if you've read that, you might want to check that out. We got Vampirella #8 getting ready to come out. Got a couple of different covers there, it looks like. For that as well. And Vampirella seems like it's been a pretty popular one. They usually have plenty of covers as well. As you can see, you got that black and white one down over there. Actually looks very nice. Looks pretty decent. You got the photo variant, and then even this one right here, the cover C, looks pretty nice. Looks pretty nice. And then look at all these covers coming out for Vampirella. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot. That's a lot. Lord Callis, what's up, my brother? How you doing? Let's see. I'm True Skills says, what's up, Lou? Yeah, Lou's the man. Lou's good, man. Lou's been here hanging out for a while with us, just as many of you guys have been. And if you're new here to the channel, thank you so much for being here. I greatly appreciate people stopping by. And look at this. Vampirella 50th Anniversary Art Book. What is this? 240 pages, $39.99, and it's going to have a bunch of the different art, for probably from the covers and things that have been coming out for Vampirella in that book. Nice. Vampirella number 3, 1969 replica edition. So we see that once again, even there, hopping on that kind of that. That the reprint train, and look down there. You can see down there. There's that Vampirella, that second one over there. That issue. It's done by Alex Ross. I got that cover. I like Alex Ross's art. We got some James Bond getting ready to come out. Which one's this? This one looks like it's the trade paperback. James Bond must be doing pretty good because it seems like every week there's a new James Bond title hitting the shelves. I'm not really huge into James Bond. I like James Bond. I watched the movies, never read the comics though. Chastity, issue number 5. Oh, man. I read the first 2 issues of Chastity. It was okay. I've been critical of Leah Williams and her writing. She's finally doing good with Amazing Mary Jane. Chastity, the first 2 issues, issue number 2 was okay. Issue number 1 was, I don't know. I need to go check out issue number 3. I know it just came out, I think a couple of weeks ago. I may go check that out to do a review on and let you guys know what I think about it. Black Terror number 5 as well. Deja Thoris. I know Deja Thoris actually just dropped a book this past week. And, man, it had a fire cover, man. Great cover. And you can see there, man, they got some Dynamite does some great covers with their women characters, you know what I mean? They make them look, they're very sensuous. They look very nice. I like the art in them. It's an art style that I like. If I was buying books just for covers, I would be going to Dynamite for some of these because a lot of these books really reflect a lot of the art that I myself like to draw. But not only that, some of the art that I grew up enjoying, like the works of Boris Viejo and his wife Julie Bell, do some freaking fantabulous work drawing just the female form and even the male form. I don't mind seeing like muscly dudes and stuff like that, but like you gotta love hot women, right, man? I mean, like, come on. Like, look at that. Look at that. Look at those covers. Like, not only this main cover right there, the A cover, look at that B cover over there, right? Ooh, and look at that C cover. Even that C cover on the far corner there, just nice stuff. Nice stuff. Just great covers. And even look at these covers for George R. R. Martin. You know what I mean? These Clash of the Kings. You know what I mean? Like, those are some great covers. Dynamite. Like I said, if you want cover, a place you want to buy just covers, Dynamite makes some dynamite covers. I'll tell you that much. You got the Kiss Zombies number 4 getting ready to come out. Some more Red Sonja. Getting ready to come out. And I mean, even look at those ones. Even look at that one right there, that cover right there. I still like that. There's still something about that that's appealing. But I mean, look at those other ones over there. You know what I mean? Like the photo variant. You got the other ones. Like, yeah, I like it. You know what I mean? I love seeing the art on some of these covers. Just good stuff. We got some. Let's see, the Bionic Woman, Charlie's Angels versus the Bionic Woman. That's pretty cool. Let's see, that's $17.99, 104 pages, so it's a trade paperback getting ready to come out. Got the Boys Omnibus volumes 1 through 6 getting ready to come out. Let's see, Vampirella and Red Sonja. I know they do a lot of these crossover books. Like a second ago, they showed like they got like Betty and Veronica meets Red Sonja or Vampirella and stuff like that. Just some different interesting twists on some of these properties out there. Vengeance of Vampirella. Look at that cover. I just don't know. Look at it. I'm telling you, look at these covers though. Look at those covers. Those are just really nice covers. So now we're getting into Boom Studios, showing some of those. See what's up with everybody here. I'm True Skill says, Trinity, you put up great content, man. You will definitely get over 100K in the future. I'm hoping so. Again, like, I like doing the channel here, and I like having fun and everything. I will probably never do YouTube full time because I love what I do as my job and everything. But I do greatly appreciate everybody being here, and I do hope. I mean, if I got to 100K, I would love that. That would be great. I would love to have that kind of an audience, because I think if I got to 100K, getting that kind of audience, I would have people that are here as passionate as my content as you guys are and as I am about the things that I talk about and stuff, and maybe hopefully by then I'll make some improvements, right? I'll be better at what I'm doing. We Served the People original graphic novel hardcover, so this is going to be a graphic novel obviously being put out here by Boom Studios, and Boom Studios has been doing really good. Right here, Alienated, issue number 1 of 6, written by Simon Spurrier, illustrated by Chris Wildgoose, covers by Chris Wildgoose on the main one, and Bengal does the variant. I'm not sure if they have the variant on here, but I like Bengals artwork. A lot of the times, you can almost tell a Bengal when you see it. But I'm kind of interested in this one right here. It says three teenagers. Okay, right here. It says acclaimed writer Simon Spurrier and artist Chris Wildgoose present a subversive coming of age story about having all the power to change the world, but the unready hands to truly wield it. Three teenagers, each an outcast in their own way, stumble upon an unearthly entity as it's born, as they bond over this shared secret and the creature's incredible abilities, it becomes clear to the teenagers that their cute little pet is a super predator in the making, and it's in need of prey. Guided by the best intentions at first, the teens' decisions soon become corrupted by adolescent desires, small town jealousies, and internal rivalry, sending them into a catastrophic spiral of their own making. And I've got to tell you, that sounds interesting. Does it not? I don't know. It sounds interesting to me. Reading that, so I don't know. I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see how it is. Let's see. Eat and Love Yourself, by written and illustrated by Sweeney Boo. I'm not gonna lie, just by the title and the cover, I mean, it looks like, I don't know. Maybe we could. I don't know. I would hate to make assumptions on what that's gonna be about, but I think I probably easily could. I don't know if you're into something like that, but yeah, let's see. Join writer artist Sweeney Boo from Marvel Action Captain Marvel on a journey of self-discovery, self-acceptance, and just a bit of magic. And it sounds like exactly what I thought it would be. I'm not gonna say that's a bad thing, but come on, right? Vlad Riot, how you doing? How are you doing this morning? Thank you so much for being here. Immortal Biggie Shaq is in the house. Dang, man, we got the heavy hitters here, man. And again, guys, go check out each of these guys' channels. I mean, a lot of these people are great content creators. Lord Callus, my brother, is absolutely awesome. He recently just hit 1,000 subscribers, so looking forward to him getting monetized and all that kinds of stuff. He's gonna have that community. You know what? For me, like getting to 1,000 subscribers, that's what I want more than anything, is to be able to have the community tab, and also to have the little stories thing where you can do, it's like Snapchat. So then I don't even have to go to Facebook or anything. Other than to promote. But it seems like they kind of do everything there. You can put posts and they show up a little bit better. I don't know. That's ultimately what I'm waiting for. The Great Council, what's up, my brother? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Wonder Pony original graphic novel, soft color. I'm not sure. I'm not into that, but if you got children, I think it said that it's somewhat like a mix between God, was it? Perfect for fans of My Little Pony and Miraculous Ladybug. Yeah, so if you're into that, go check it out. Once and Future Volume 1. This one is actually going to be pretty interesting. If you guys didn't catch on, Once and Future is a pretty good series. This is issues 1 through 6, but it's now an ongoing series. I'm probably only going to stick through the first 6 issues. We'll see how the rest of them go. But I've quite enjoyed it. Just got some funny stuff in there. Written by Kieran Gillen. Dan Moore is on the art, and got Tamara Bonnevillain doing the colors. Tamara Bonnevillain is one hell of a colorist, and I know she does a lot of work for Marvel. I really like what she does. She knows how to work her colors and her color palette. Something is the Killing the Children Volume 1. This one collects issues 1 through 5. So this first arc was obviously only planned for 5 issues, and I've got to say, in the first 4 issues, issue number 3 drug on a little too much. For me, I felt I almost feel like they knew at that point that it was going to be an ongoing series and decided to drag it out. I could be wrong there, but it's been pretty good. They reeled it back in issue number 4. Great Council says new PC is built, brother. Nice, awesome. I'm True Skill says I subbed to Lord Callus. He's pretty good. Yeah, Lord Callus is great, man. He's really good stuff. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Helmuth, is that Helmuth or Hellmouth? I don't know. Helmuth? This looks like Helmuth to me, if you ask me. Number 5 of 5, so that one's getting ready to come to an end. Angel and Spike number 9, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. We got some Ronan's Island. Again, if you read any of these titles, let me know what you think about them, because Boom Studios does some really good titles, and their books are really beautiful too. I'm not sure if it's the print, the quality that they use. Really good stuff. Got some more Firefly, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, number 3 of 5. So it looks like we're getting a team up of Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles. That's interesting. That's interesting. So if that's number 3 of 5, that must mean that the first issue of that comes out this month, maybe next week. Yeah, and they do a lot of these. They do a lot of these variant covers that look just like this. Pretty cool stuff. So, sometimes they're little foil variants and things like that. And here, it looks like they got each one. They got Raphael, Michelangelo, Donatello, and Leonardo there. On the cover, so that's pretty cool. That's pretty interesting. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 48. Like I said, they do a lot of the Power Rangers stuff. I know my friend Joe's Geek Show. He's got a channel here on YouTube. He's really into the Power Rangers stuff. He really likes it, and I've heard they've been doing pretty good. Folklords number 4 of 5 and Red Mother number 3. I've heard some different things about Red Mother. I've heard that it was actually seems like a decent book. Like a lot of it was okay, but altogether, a lot of people didn't like the characters and some of the way it was written. I don't know. I haven't read it yet. Let's see. Lou says Lord Callus has some of the best Star Wars content I've seen. Same as Lonely Banter and Tommy. For sure, subscribe if you haven't. They're missing out. Yeah. If you're not subscribed, go check those people out. Vlad Riot says Second Street Marvel. You should get to know John Talks, and no thanks. I was subscribed to his channel, watch his channel. He's not bad. He's not a bad dude or anything like that. Just his content's not for me. He don't talk about anything I'm interested in. He definitely don't talk about things the way he just he does not appeal to me in the slightest bit. Not interested. Yeah, just like I said, he seems like a cool dude. He seems like an all right guy, but nope. He's God, what would you say? He's an insufferable fandom menacer. There you go. Heartbeat number 4 of 5 and The Magicians number 4 of 5. I haven't read Heartbeat. I was kind of interested in reading that one, see how it is. And The Magicians, that one's been out. I haven't heard of that one neither. Let's see, Jim Henson's Dark Crystal: Age of Resistance. I've heard. I know they got that Netflix series going on. I haven't watched it, but I've heard it's really good. I also got Jim Henson's Labyrinth as well. That sounds pretty interesting. Let's see, Ghosted in L.A. A lot of these are kind of some ongoing series. BB Free, Steven Universe. Here's a little interview with Simon Spurrier. Then it looks like here. We're getting into some featured items here. This is where they're going to go into more of the indie books that are even smaller press than some of the ones that we've already looked at here. And we got featured items, comics and graphic novels, featured items. We got Vampire State Building. It looks like they're doing a hardcover on that for the trade paper or for the trade of that, the collected edition. Vampire State Building has been very good. I've quite enjoyed it. Got one, The Man Who Effed Up Time number 1 on Aftershock Comics. I can almost guarantee you I'm going to get that just because it's on Aftershock Comics. I like Aftershock Comics and what they do. Ahoy Comics looks like they got Second Coming Volume 1 trade paperback coming. I've heard of that series. I haven't read it myself. Then we've also got The Spirit, an 80th anniversary celebration. Looks like there's a soft cover. And then some of these others here getting ready to come out. See, we got Investigators. Looks like, it says GN, so I'm guessing that must be a graphic novel there, obviously. We've got The Boy Who Became a Dragon, a Bruce Lee story. Interesting. That's on graphics. As well as She-Ra Book 1, Legend of the Fire Princess. Interesting. And The Man Without Talent graphic novel as well. So yeah, some different graphic novels getting ready to come out here. We got Backtrack number 1 on Oni Press, Adler number 1 on Titan Comics. I believe Adler, God, I want to say maybe there's an interview or something right here in this same book with the writer of that. We've got Phantom of the Opera, Dr. Tomorrow number 1 on Valiant Entertainment. Now I've heard this book is actually going to be somewhat pretty big. Valiant does a lot of superheroes as well, interesting stuff. And another one I'll be checking out probably for sure here. We could see down there in the bottom corner. is Finger Guns #1, and that's on Vault Comics. That's why I'm going to be pulling that one for sure, because I like Vault Comics. I haven't read a bad title out of Vault Comics. It's kind of a challenge that I'm actually working on right now, is to see, I want to read as many Vault Comics titles as I can to see if they actually ever put out a bad title, because I haven't read one yet out of Vault Comics. I got some more of these trade paperbacks here. Blaze Comics. They got Vampire State Building. This is the hardcover getting ready to come out. Kids #2 as well. So obviously issue #1 is getting ready to come out in January. If you're into that, make sure you go and check those out. Gung Ho #3. I think Gung Ho #1. Did it just release this week, or is it getting ready to release maybe next week? I know I've seen that one out there. Here's another one. Unsacred #4. This seemed like a crude, just kind of funny book. I haven't read it, but I seen it at my local comic book shop. I was thinking about picking it up to bring some. I was thinking about picking it up to do some reviews on. It's probably not anything I'm really into, but hey, I don't know. You never know. The art style definitely isn't for me, I guess. It just looks like silly art style, but there's nothing wrong with that because it probably plays to the story really well. Silver Cerebrus, Vampire State Building is featured, so we can see, yeah, looks like Blaze got a few issues there coming out. Then we get here into some others. We got Abrams Comic Arts, Abstract Studios, AC Comics, Absolute Comics Group. Okay, these guys right here, they do White Widow. And they've actually got some other titles that they've, I think they're getting ready to put out, or maybe they've put out, and I just haven't seen and haven't picked up. But White Widow issue #6 getting ready to come out. I've got the first 3 issues. Good books. I like them. There's some pretty decent reads. Actually, I think I own physical copies of 2 and 3. I don't have a physical copy of issue #1, but I did do a review on those not too long ago. White Widow, she's kind of like, imagine she's kind of like a play, like imagine like a female like Peter Parker with a Venom type of suit, like a symbiote kind of suit, but at the same time she's kind of like Black Widow. I know, like when it comes to the world of superheroes, it's hard to stay original, I would say. But I think White Widow has actually brought upon a pretty decent. A pretty decent story as far as that's concerned. I did like White Widow. You can go check out my review that I did here of the first 3 issues here on the channel. Terry Moore's 5 years on Abstract Studios. I think this one just came out. Oh, that's #8. I was going to say, I think that one just came out a couple of months ago, the first issue of that. Let's see, and then we got Action Lab Comics. If you want something a little more crude art, you could definitely look into Space Amalgama. Space Zombie #5. I know, yeah, I was gonna say, I know I've seen this one hitting the shelves as well. On Action Lab, they do some of these fun and funny kind of books as well. Something you might want to check out. We got some Going to the Chapel, The Argus, Kill Switch, Twin Worlds, and Mr. Beaver. Mr. Beaver, I'm not even gonna touch that. They also got Vamp Blade here. That you can see up there, so you can see they're treading a little more in like the adult kind of world. They also, yeah, I was gonna say that was the other one. I thought they did Zombie Tramp as well. I know if you go follow Comic Books University, Professor Bill, he actually reviews some of these books, and he does it on Pornhub because you might get content strikes or whatnot on YouTube for doing showing some of the art and stuff that's in some of these books. But look at that Vamp Blade one, that second one over here on the top. Is it just me, or does that look like Psylocke? It looks kind of like Psylocke, that second one, that cover C right there. I don't know, and there's nothing wrong with that. Hey, like I said, when it comes to some of these things, it's kind of hard to do something like original, like because all the looks have kind of been done. Really, if you think about it, you're just kind of changing things up a little bit. And here we go. Aftershock Comics, one of my favorite indie comic book publishers, The Man Who Effed Up Time #1, writer John Layman, Carl Mostert is the artist, D. Kniff is the colorist, John Layman is the letterer. So he's writing and lettering. Carl Mostert with D. Kniff is on the cover. And Larry Stroman and Hoyt Silva do the incentive cover. Let's see. Sean Bennett is just your everyday ordinary worker in a high-tech lab with a prototype time machine. And yeah, he's got the same temptations any of us would have about going back in time just a bit to correct mistakes of the past and right old wrongs. So when he meets a version of himself from the future who encourages him to do just that, Sean takes the temporal plunge. Only, can you guess What happens next? Did you read the book title? Yep, all of time's effed up now, and it's up to Sean to correct it or else. Presenting a twisted sci-fi action comedy, a butterfly effect noir by multiple Eisner winning writer John Lyman of Chew and Eleanor and the Egret, a talented newcomer Carl Mostert, Order it today before time runs out. Yeah, definitely go check it out. Now that sounds interesting, but the one thing they say here is it says, what does it says? And yeah, he's got the temptations any of us would have about going back in time. Now, I gotta tell you, I'm not one of those people. I wouldn't want to go back in time. Like, I would want to go back in time just to be in certain places at certain times to see things happen and watch them go down. But I'm not one of those people who dwells on the past and live, like past mistakes and stuff like that. Like me, I look at it as like, whatever mistakes I made, whatever this happened to me in the past, those are who I am. They made me who I am. You know what I mean? All the mistakes, all my shortcomings, all the things, like we've all got those things. You know what I mean? But they make you who you are. Without those, you're not who you are. So that's just how I am. Like I wouldn't change anything that's happened in my past, even some of the stuff that I would like to change. But I know like that could fundamentally change me as a person, how I think, how I feel, and things like that. So I'm not one of those people. But I do like seeing the alternate reality kind of thing play out when people go and do that. So yeah, definitely. I don't know. It sounds like something interesting. It's on Aftershock Comics, so I'll probably at least check out the first few issues to see how it is. God Killers #1. Mark Sable is the writer. Mon House is the artist. Hernan Cabrera is the colorist. Tom Maurer is the letterer. Jeremy Hahn with Nick Filardi is on the covers, and Tim Bradstreet doing the incentive cover. This says Abdul Al-Zared is an Arab American folklore professor turned soldier whose fear of death stems from uncertainty about the existence of an afterlife. Then he joins the God Killers, a special forces unit tasked with fighting insurgents who use mythological creatures as weapons of mass destruction. Now that he knows the supernatural exists, he'll have to decide which is worse, death or the nightmarish monsters he thought were mere legends. That sounds interesting. On sale February 19th. It sounds very interesting. That cover looks pretty good as well. I'll probably put that on my pull list as well. I'm True Skill says, I would go back in time and have sex with more women. If that's what you want to do, I mean, I'm not going to brag on anything, but I mean, I've been with a handful of women. You know, hey, it's, you do what you do. Yeah. but I understand, man. I understand, man. I understand. I think I've had enough fun in my days. I've had enough fun in my days. Vlad Riot says Turtles 1 movie is still the best. Oh yeah, the original Ninja Turtles movie is still the best. But I've got to give it up for Secret or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: The Secret of the Ooze, because go Ninja, go Ninja, go. Yeah, that's right, man. I was a huge Vanilla Ice fan when I was a kid, and I still like Vanilla Ice. I do. I'll admit it. It's all good. Sounds like some Counter-Strike clan. Yeah, right? Yeah, it does. It does kind of sound like that. It does sound like that, Vlad. Um, let's see. Oh yeah, and look at that incentive cover by Tim Bradstreet. That's a pretty nice one. You got the military guy up there looking like it's a pretty nice cover. Let's see. Undone by Blood #1, or Undone by Blood or The Shadow of a Wanted Man #1. That sounds interesting. Lonnie Nadler and Zach Thompson. These two writers must team up quite a bit, because I know they just did the Punisher 2099 book. I didn't like the book, but Lonnie Nadler actually just did Black Stars Above over on Vault Comics, which I thought was actually pretty good. Sammy Cavella is the artist. Jason Wordie is the colorist. Hassan Atsmani El Hao is the letterer. And Sammy Cavella with Jason Wordie is on the cover. And Andrew Robinson does the incentive cover. In the early 1970s, Ethel Grady Lane returns to her hometown of Sweetheart, Arizona, with one thing on her mind: killing the man who murdered her family. But first, she'll have to find him. Dang it. Dang it, didn't mean to do that. As Ethel navigates the eccentric town and its inhabitants, she learns that the quaint veneer hides a brewing darkness. She has no choice but to descend into a ring of depravity and violence with her only ally, an Old West novel that follows famed gunslinger Solomon Eaton. As both stories unfold simultaneously, a love of fiction informs choices in reality, for better or worse. Sounds interesting. I may check that one out too, at least number one. Because again, I like what they've done on Aftershock Comics in a lot of their books. Kind of the books that they do there. Very good stuff. They do a lot of like horror thriller kind of books, and I like it. I like it. So I'll probably put that one on my list and check out too. And look at that incentive cover is pretty nice too. And there's Lonnie Nadler and Zach Thompson. You can see there in the top corner there, and Sammy Kivela. What's that one? She's sitting there riding a bicycle in the 1700s. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Right here we got the Pestilence, the complete series hardcover. Pestilence, a story of Satan. Frank Thierry is the writer, Oleg Ukunev is the artist, Rob Schrager is the colorist, and Marshall Dillon is the letterer. The cover is by Tim Bradstreet. I don't know, that sounds kind of interesting. I haven't even seen that one ongoing, but that sounds, that cover looks pretty interesting, and even just by the name, the title sounds good. Shoplifters Will Be Liquidated, number 5 in Dark Ark After the Flood. Shoplifters Will Be Liquidated. I've really enjoyed that series. I haven't read Dark Ark. I haven't read Animosity neither. But you know, these are all on Aftershock Comics. You know, I've enjoyed what they've done over there at Aftershock Comics. Here we're getting into some Ahoy comics that are getting ready to come out. In February, some Albatross funny books. Got the Goon, Algonquin Young Readers, Alterna Comics. I know Alterna Comics, I think they do a lot of like some of the $1.50 books out there as well. You know, if your local comic book shop gets those in, you know, you might check those out. Let's see, Grumble Volume 2, Raising Hell in the Garden State. Huh, interesting. Okay, that's Robert Norton, Louise, and Crank. Let's see some more here. We got Void Walker, Wicked Righteous. It's funny. What is that on Amigo Comics? That Barbara, the Barbarian number 2 looks just like the Conan the Barbarian. Kind of funny. I don't know. Probably a play on that. Probably somewhat of a twist on there. American Mythology comics. Here it looks like they've got some different books getting ready to come out here. I've never read anything on American Mythology. I don't think I've got any books from them. I know they're doing, there we go, like the Zorro series that's been coming out. Wendy and the Witch Widow. Huh, interesting. Looks like they got some Casper as well. Augie and the Cockroaches. That character kind of looks like, I can't remember what that animation style looks like. It looks almost like that Ren and Stimpy kind of look to it. I don't know. Interesting. Antarctic Press got Gold Diggers and V-Card coming out. Dog Eaters, Crimson Scorpion. I haven't read anything by these guys as well. It looks like they do a bunch of like just kind of fun titles. You can see it looks like the V-Card looks like they're probably playing on like G.I. Joe there. I don't know. Interesting stuff that some of these small indie press people put out there. Vlad Rice says, Second Street Marvel. So one of the new ones coming out. Which ones do you think is the most exciting of the comic books? You know, pretty much I look forward to anything on Vault Comics. But other than that, like, I'm definitely looking forward to that Army of Darkness book. That Army of Darkness, what is it, the Kill the Army of Darkness or whatever? That one looks pretty interesting so far. Something I definitely want to read. Let's see, we got some more some Archie comics here going on as well. I know that it seems like Archie, the Archie comics puts out a lot of books. Now we got Aspen Comics. In case you guys don't know who Aspen Comics is, I believe they were somewhat founded by Michael Turner. He's did like Witchblade and just some of those different titles out there like that. You can tell his artwork a mile away. You can tell his artwork. Definitely stands out. You can see some of the different books they've got here. Fathom was one that I know he had started the original series of, as well as like with the Witchblade, things like that. We got Avatar Press, Escape of the Living Dead. Interesting, and look at all those covers. That is a whole bunch. That's a whole bunch of covers there, and it looks like these are all. It looks like we got. Number 1, number 2, number 3, 4, 5. So it looks like they probably have. Looks like they've probably been putting these out, and they're just putting some different covers out there to buy. Avatar Press. Was that Avatar? Yeah, Avatar Press here. Oh God, what is this? Black Gas or Black Gas? I guess. I don't know. And Crossed, Code Prue. Interesting stuff. I haven't read anything out of Avatar Press, obviously. Looks like, but I have heard of some of these titles for sure, especially like that Crossed series. I'm pretty sure I've been seeing that coming out here. Um, let's see, we got Black Mask Studios here. We got some Last Song, Sex, Death, and Revolution trade paperback, Transference, We Are the Danger. Interesting stuff. Some of these, I really think like I need to look into some of these other publishers and some of these books, and just get my local comic book shop to have them order some of them. Like right here, we got Boundless Comics. Now, when you're getting into comic books, guys, there's some publishers you gotta stay aware of. Boundless Comics and Xenoscope, or some of them, man. Once you go down that rabbit hole, man, there's no coming back with some of the art they do, and you can see that there in some of the art they got going on. Not only with the Spain cover, but look there on the bottom. Look at some of those covers there for Unholy. I don't know, man. You see, they're into some of that more risque type of art. And there's nothing wrong with that. Hey, man, we're men. That's okay. And there's women too that are into that kind of stuff. It's all right. There's nothing wrong with the human body or nudity or anything like that. I'm not, it's whatever. Lady Death. I know I've got one issue of Lady Death that I bought to see, how it is. But interesting covers. Obviously, a popular character that has been around for somewhat of a while, as far as I know. But definitely, like I said, more on the risque side, more adult oriented, and there's nothing wrong with that. Lou says, Vlad Wright says, Army of Darkness. I remember those movies. Didn't know a comic came out. Gotta look out for that. Yeah, definitely. I know earlier this year they did Bubba Hotep versus Army of Darkness. It was a pretty good series. The characters are well written because they remind me, like Ash reminds me of Ash from the movies. Really reminds me of Bruce Campbell. Lou says, new Army of Darkness series is pretty good, but that's thanks to Bruce. Are you talking about like the TV show? Is that I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that, but yeah, Bruce Campbell is great. We've got Big Finish, Black Box Comics, Book Palace, some different books coming out here. Broadsword Comics, as well as Bud's Art. Books. Some of these are so small that you may not even know who they are. Cave Pictures Publishing here. They got Shapes issue number 4. I've got a review of Shapes issue number 1 that I've done. It's uploaded on the channel. I just haven't made it public or anything. You might be able to find it through the playlist of my indie comic books that I've done. But Shapes number 4, issue number 1 was actually pretty good. I really liked the story that was going on there and everything in that book. It's definitely something. If you have kids and they're gamers or anything like that, you want to get them into reading comic books. Shapes is one that you guys might want to check out. Imagine it's kind of like a murder mystery, kind of not really so much murder mystery so much, like because it's aimed at children, but it's got gaming. Like imagine, oh man, I can't imagine Pixels meets Jumanji, maybe, something like that, kind of like that, somewhat like that. What's up, dude? Oh, Grandma and Mommy's not awake yet. Okay, give me a few more minutes. Sorry, my son's getting a little hungry. About time to go feed him. Let's see, we got some more books here by Clover Press. And again, I've never checked out anything on Clover Press neither. We got Cinefex, Coffin Comics here as well, doing with the Lady Death. Hey, I thought we just seen Lady Death on another. I don't know. I'm not gonna pretend to know. We've got Del Rey with some Stranger Things, Disney Editions, Design Studio. Some of these, like I said, some of them are so small, and some of these aren't even comic books. Some of them will be like little like books and stuff, like children's books and things like that they put in here. Like I said, they've got a lot of different books that they put here in these in these previews that are getting ready to come out. Let's see. We got Dynamic Forces. Okay, these are all like signed covers of these, probably alternate covers of these different books. EC Comics, I've never heard of them. An entertaining comic. Okay, interesting. You can see they got Tales from the Crypt, shock, suspense stories, crime. Different ones. Like I said, depending on what you want to read, there's so many books out there to choose from. You don't. There's like so many people think about comic books and they just think about superheroes, and there's so much more out there than just superhero books. Fatal J, what's up, my brother? How are you doing? Biden Touch, how are you doing this morning? I hope you're all doing good, guys. I'm getting ready to wrap this up here in just a few minutes. Let's see. Fantagraphics books. Okay, so these are obviously more books as opposed to comic books. We got more of them here, and a lot of these are going to be like books and trade paperbacks and things like that. With them, and you can usually tell by the prices on them. Most comic books are anywhere from like $3.99 up to like about $5.99 for your regular comic books that you find out there, which is a little bit expensive for some of them. That's why you hear a lot of people out there disparaging the comic book industry, because some of the books are expensive and not worth it. You know what I mean? Like if you're spending $4 on a comic book, it better be good. It better have some good art and a good story in it. That's what I've liked about Vault Comics, because they have that. They have that balance of great art along with great stories being told out there. Let's see. We've got that She-Ra book getting ready to come out. Looks like that's going to be a soft cover and a hard cover. Ignited issue number 7, Strangelands number 6, and Omni number 5, and those are on Humanoids Comics. Now the funny thing is, I know I just seen your boy Zach do a review of Ignited issue number 5, I think it was the other day, and I'm not sure if you guys watch your boy Zach. But that dude makes me laugh. If you ever go watch his videos, I think it's just because he laughs so much, and you can tell like he like I don't know. Sometimes he's being mean, he's being mean, talking about some of the books and stuff like that out there, and he's justified in some of it too, especially like as far as like Mark Waid is concerned, I think, but because they don't have a good history together. But he cracks me up in his videos. I'm not sure if you guys watch your boy Zach, but he cracks me up, and a lot of his assessments that I've read are I agree with most of the books that he's talked about, for the most part, as far as like the breakdown of them and how they are as books. Some of them, I agree with. Let's see, we got some more books here. Herm Press, Horror Hound Limited. Let's see, Insight Comics. It looks like that's a trade paperback. Just a bunch of different books coming out here. Like I said, guys, this book is really thick with books that are getting ready to come out. We got Runaways number 3. God, what is that on? Let's see, what publisher is that on? It must be on Keen Spot Entertainment. It looks like there. We got Yang Gang. Oh man, that must be one of the ones that do some of these funny political books. Yeah, because I see Superior AOC there. Yeah, they do. They got the Donald who laughs. Look at those covers, man. Those Punisher covers. They got the Donald who laughs, and like just like the Batman who laughs. Just funny stuff, man. That's what's great about some of these smaller publishers, man. They put out some great books. Battle Cats, number 1 on Mad Cave Studios. Over the Ropes. Looks like some sort of boxing kind of thing going on there. RV9. I've been interested in that. I need to see if maybe my comic book shop can get that in so I can read that series. Unless they already have it in, I just haven't noticed it. It's just definitely some good stuff. NMB, mymoviemonsters.com. Let's see what else we got here. On Oni Press, Agretsuko. Interesting. Number 1 by Daniel Barnes, art by DJ Kirkland, colors by Sarah Stern. Interesting. We've got Rick and Morty on Lion Forge. They tossed that kind of in the middle of anywhere. Backtrack. That actually looks like a movie. Doesn't that look like a movie? It looks like a movie cover or something, like a movie poster, if you will. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, some more Rick and Morty, more stuff from Oni Press and Lion Forge. What is this? Kaiju Max Season 5, Invader Zim, 7 days, day 5. Interesting stuff. Osprey, Pantheon Books, Paper Cuts, Panini Publishing. Again, here's more than just like the books as opposed to the comics. Again, all of these you can get into your local comic book shop, and you can put all of these on order, so you can make sure that you have them in for sure. You know what I mean? Let's see, Red 5 Comics got The Rift trade paperback. Red 5 Comics has a few titles that I've been reading, been pretty good. Red 5 Comics, Stonebot is actually getting ready to do Angela Delamorte #4. I haven't read that series, but I did read Machine Girl issue #1. It was actually pretty good. I'll probably end up picking up this series to see how it is, and that will be that's issue #4 of 4 of Machine Girl. So I'll probably be picking those up to read and do some reviews on. We got some Sanctum Productions and Scout Comics as well. Scout Comics has a few decent titles out there to read. I know I just read one, which is right there, Last Stop, trade paperback. I just read issue #1, and what they did with that was they did an issue #1, and it's only the one book, and then it sells you on the trade paperback. So whether you want to get it or not, you kind of decide by reading the very first book that just came out. I think I just did a review on that not too long ago. It just came out last month. Silver Sprocket, Skymac Comics, Skyhorse Comics, Source Point Press. Source Point has some pretty decent books as well, from what I've heard. I know I read Dead End Kids. I've got to bring you guys a review for that one still. Misplaced was one that just came out. I heard about that. And Touching Evil sounds like an interesting one. Got some different ones there. Samurai Grandpa, Apocalypse Girl, Ogres. Just different ones depending on what you like. Like I said, depending on what you guys like. There's a lot of stuff out there to check out. SQP art books. Look at that. Naughty Girls. Ooh, right? Naughty Girl. The Art of Joe Pekar. Interesting. Guilty Pleasures. Pinups by Keith Garvey. Look out, guys. Look out. Comics Will Break Your Heart by Squarefish Comics. Interesting. Interesting stuff. More books here. Storm King Productions. Yeah, like I said, some of these I don't even know. Titan Comics has several good books that they put out that I like. We'll probably run into those here in a minute. Like right here, we got Adler, #1 of 5. That's a new series getting ready to come out. Writer is Lavi Tidhar. Artist is Paul McCaffrey. Never heard of him. But I don't know. It depends. We got some Sherlock here. Phantom of the Opera hardcover. Interesting. We got some Doctor Who, Year 2, Life is Strange, Rivers of London, Secret Life of Pets, Volume 2. Got some Tank Girl, some Robotech Remix. Got some Star Wars Insider and Bloodshot, the novelization. And that's pretty interesting. They got that novelization of Bloodshot there where you can go. It's probably a novelization of what's going to be coming out in the movie. Terry Webb, Tomorrow Publishing, Tohan Corporation, just some more different publishers out there. I said there's plenty of these publishers out there doing some of these, and I know my LCS, they don't get in all of these books. Right here, we're moving into Valiant Entertainment. Again, they do have this Dr. Tomorrow #1 getting ready to come out soon here as well. A new superhero, so with Bloodshot getting ready to come out at the theaters, they're probably looking for more books and more properties to bring into that. As from what I've heard, they've already got enough anyway. So it might be something worth checking out. This Dr. Tomorrow #1. Who knows if it's going to have any value in the future? You never know. I mean, #1, man, it's a new hero being introduced, so might be worth checking out. We got some more Bloodshots getting ready to come out as well from Valiant Entertainment. Here they even got the Bloodshot Essentials Buying Guide. So, starring Vin Diesel in theaters February 21st, 2020. Interesting. We got Quantum and Woody #2, Rye #4, and The Visitor #3 getting ready to come out. I haven't read Rye yet, but I've heard it was pretty decent. I don't know. I haven't read it to know. If you guys have read it, let me know down in the comments below. Got some Dr. Mirage, some Harbinger Wars 2 Deluxe Edition, and Exo Man of War. Okay, now here we are into Vault Comics, guys. You guys know I love Vault Comics. I love Vault Comics, and here we got Finger Guns #1. Writer Justin Richards. The artist is Val Halvorsen, and the colorist is to be announced. The letter is Taylor Esposito. Let's see what it says here about the book. Okay. It says, 2 troubled teenagers discover they can manipulate emotions by firing finger guns. There will be laughs. There will be tears. There will be uncomfortable teen feelings and angst. Oh yeah. And chaos. So much Chaos. Yeah, finger guns sounds interesting. I'll be checking that one out for sure. It's on my pull list already, and I'll probably even get that variant cover that you can see there by Daniel Gooden and Daniel. They do a lot of these homage covers to other books that have come out in the past, and I've been getting those as well. Definitely cool stuff. And it's got a flip cover that they got. So I'm guessing you can whether you look at the front or the back, it has that same cover on there. Interesting. Black Stars Above, issue number 4, going to be coming out on Vault Comics. I do like the Black Stars Above. I read issue number 1, did a review of it. Very, very good book. Heist, or How to Steal a Planet, number 4. That series I really like. Money Shot, number 5. I've liked Money Shot. I've read the first 2 issues. Funny stuff. Hilarious stuff. Cult Classic number 5. I'm guessing that Cult Classic, or the Creature feature, is going to be the last in that series. I've liked the Creature feature as well. Again, Vault Comics just puts out great books. I haven't read a bad title out of Vault Comics yet. Let's see. We got the final volume starts here. What is that? Heathen. Okay, Heathen. I haven't read Heathen, but apparently the final volume starts here, and that's issue number 9, it looks like. Issue number 9 of that. We got Vagrant Queen, issue number 2. I did put issue number 1 on my pull list of that. Sarah and the Royal Stars, issue number 6. I just read issue number 5, and man, they're bringing issue number 6 out in a while, man. I like Sarah and the Royal Stars. It's a really good book. I just dropped my review, my indie comic bulk review that I did drop this morning. Go check it out. Sarah and the Royal Stars. Got great art, good story. It's also somewhat informative as well, playing on constellations. We also got Wasted Space number 14. I need to go buy this on trade paperback. I've heard that Wasted Space is very, very good. And trade paperback of The Plot. Guys, The Plot is a great book. You guys need to go read The Plot. If you like horror stories, you like into horror tales, this one is a very good one. I could easily see The Plot being made into like a movie, man. It's pretty good. And yeah, I don't know. It's just very good, and I like the art, and it's dark, it's gritty, and it really helps convey the story that's going on in there. I like it. I like The Plot. Then we move on into Xenoscope. Be careful. Once you go Xenoscope, you don't go back. You got some Van Helsing. Got Conspiracy, Area 51, Grim Fairy Tales. I think I bought a few of these. Red Agent, The Island of Dr. Moreau. And like I said, you can see, they got some very voluptuous females on their covers, and there's nothing wrong with that. We got some Robin Hood, some Unbound, and Monster Planet as well. Again, these, like, if you want to see just like good art, that's where you go to some of these books, because the art in them is very good. You can kind of see by the covers what you're getting in those. Very good stuff. But after that is all manga, and that is where we're gonna call it at an end here, guys. I could go through the manga if you want, but I would probably do that in a different video. But yeah, that's what we've got here, guys. So thank you guys so much for being here today, guys. I do greatly appreciate you guys being here. Anytime you guys are here, I appreciate you guys being here. So let me get this all moved. Let me get myself moved back to where I am supposed to be. There we go, and then we will bam, take that off. But that's all I have for this video today, guys. Thank you all so much for being here. Now, I'm going to be going on vacation soon. Christmas is almost here, man. I can't wait. It's going to be a good time. Thank you guys so much for being here. If there's any of these comic books that you'd like me to do reviews on that I showed you today, or that I do in any of my pull list videos, please let me know what comic books that you guys would like me to do some more in-depth reviews on. Because what I've been doing more so lately is really reviewing the issue number 1s, and then just kind of doing the bulk reviews on everything afterward. Because otherwise, if I reviewed each and every single comic book in depth that I get, that's like, that could be upwards of 10 to 12 videos a week. And that's an awful lot, guys. And you guys see that I'm already doing plenty of stuff here on the channel. But that's all I have for this video today, folks. Thank you all so much for tuning into the Second Street Marvel. You all have a very good day. Have a good Sunday. Have a great rest of your weekend. And be ready to get back to the grindstone tomorrow, unless you have a crappy retail job or something like that, and that's not really that crappy, but you have a job where you work on the weekends. In that case, thanks for being here, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Later.